Yet another importance of organizing is that it clarifies authority and responsibility to managers and every individuals of the organization. Before knowing how organizing, clarifying the authorities and responsibilities of every employees, let us first understand what do you mean by authority and what do you mean by responsibility. Well, if you happen to remember, authority is ability or power to take decisions. And what is responsibility? Since you have a power to take decisions, that you have an authority, then you are responsible or obligated to finish the task in given timeline. So responsibility is the obligation of an individual to complete the task in given timelines. Now understand, organizing helps in clarifying the authorities and responsibilities of every managers. Let us understand how. See, understand, in organization structure, the role of every manager or every individual is clearly defined. Since the role of every manager is clearly defined, now it helps the management delegate the appropriate authority to every managers. Not only that, it helps in managers or management to delegate authorities, or it also helps them defining the way in which they exercise these powers. The various advantage of this is the misuse of powers are avoided. The well-defined jobs and responsibilities helps manager brings in efficiency in their working. Overall organization's efficiency is improved because of that. Let us take an example how the organizing process helps the organization structure to bring in clarity about authority and responsibility. See, understand, I have a target to produce 100 kg of output. So what I do, I call my production manager and tell him, boss, you need to produce 100 kgs of output by this week. For that, you can recruit what? 10 people and finish the task. Now what has happened? Now I know that production will be completed by whom? Production manager. So the responsibility is given to production manager. Now the job responsibility or job description and his responsibility is clearly defined. Along with that, sufficient power is being allocated that he can recruit trained people for that. He can purchase the goods from purchasing department and all necessary expenses he can consider while completing this task. So now I have given the authority to manage those 10 people, recruit them, working done from them in 7 days. So I have given authority, and along with that, now since the production manager is clear about its job and responsibilities, obviously he'll ensure that the output is achieved on time. So his efficiency of working is improved. Overall organization's efficiency increases. Another advantage is, in order to finish the task, he is not allowed to recruit 20 people. So misuse of power, that he has been allowed to recruit people, but recruit 20 people has been avoided. Misuse of power is avoided. Understand what has happened now with organizing. I know that production activity has to be given to whom? Accounts people, accounts manager or production manager? Well, correct. The production responsibility will be given to production manager. So in organization structure, the role of every manager is clearly defined. Since I know that the production responsibility is given to production manager now, the role is properly defined, the job and responsibilities are clearly understood, now it's a time to give them authority also. So delegation of authority is also becomes clearer and appropriate because of the clarity in job description. So organizing helps in bringing clarity in job descriptions. Automatically it helps in giving a delegation of what level of authority is also being clarified at a greater extent. And how to use that authority. I've given them for that completion of task. You can recruit people, go to purchase department and get required things or required raw material purchased, and all sort of necessary permissions and authorities has been given. But with that, I also put up check that misuse of authorities or powers will not be done by not allowing them to recruit 20 people. Correct? So misuse of power is also avoided. Since the manager, production manager have a clear responsibility, clear idea of his job description, responsibilities, he'll marshal his resources in such a manner that the work will be finished in 7 days. So automatically production department's efficiency is increased, and automatically which also leads to increase in the whole organization's efficiency. So in nutshell summary, well, organizing helps in what? Clarifying authority and responsibility. Well, what is authority? Authority is ability to take decisions. And what is responsibility? Well, responsibilities are the obligation to finish the given task in given timelines. Now, because of organizing, the whole organizational structure is well defined and the role of every manager is clearly understood. Because of the clarity of role of every manager, it becomes very simple to delegate appropriate authority to them, and also gives them guideline of the way in which they should exercise these authorities or powers. The misuse of power is avoided because of proper delegation of authorities. Also, since the jobs are defined very crystal clearly, the jobs and responsibilities are very clear to every managers, every individuals. So automatically their efficiency of completion of task increases. They are responsible for finishing their task in given timeline. Hence efficiency increases, which leads to increase in organization's efficiency.